Hare Krishna, my done to everybody. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So today is Tuesday, 13th of August, 2024, and we're live streaming from Jagannath Puri, and I hope everyone's well and happy. And we'll conclude probably our 38th chapter of Jaiva Dharma in a moment. But we'll have a kirtan and then we'll continue our reading. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Mad Bhakti Vedanta Narayaniti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Gaura Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Shri Mad Bhakti Pragyana Keshaviti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Nityananda Rai, Jaya Nityananda Rai, Nityananda Rai, Jaya Nityananda Rai. Nityananda Rai, Jaya Nityananda Rai, Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura. O Jaya Radha, Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Radhe, Radha, Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Radha, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe. O Radhe, 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 Radhe. Jai Shri Shri Guru Garanga Gandhavika Hari Radha Tota Gopinath Ju Ki Jai. Jai Nityananda Rai Ki Jai, Sachinandana Gauda Hari Ki Jai, Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Asto Tadasara Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Asto Tadasara Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Asto Tadasara Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Jagat Guru Nitya Lila Pravishta Om, Asto Tadasara Shishimad, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jai Paramahamsa Mahabhagavat Srila Gaura Kishodas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Saptam Goswami Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai, Jai Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Srila Baladevi Dibhushan Gaudi Vrantaracharya Ki Jai, Jai Rasik Siramani Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai, Jai Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Treya Ki Jai, Jai Srila Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami Ki Jai, Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Shri Bhata Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhata Saraganath Sat Goswami Prabhu's Ki Jai, Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai, Jai Swarup Damodar Rai Ramananda Gauda Parasada Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Sigahol Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Shri Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Anta Dvit Mayapur Simanta Dvit Gautram Dvit Madhya Dvit Kola Dvit Ritu Dvit Jana Dvit Maudam Dvit Rudra Dvit Apanka Navadvit Dham Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Dwadasa Varmatmika Shri Braja Mandal Ki Jai, Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ganga Jamuna Devi Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Shrimati Brinda Devi Maharani Ki Jai, Shrimati Yogamaya Purnamasi Devi Maharani Ki Jai, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ki Jai, Ketra Mandal Ki Jai, Sarva Vigna Vanasa Karishina Shingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai, Bhakta Prabha Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai, Charidam Ki Jai, Chari Sampradaya Ki Jai, Chari Acharya Ki Jai, Akara Mat Raj Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai, Shri Keshav Ji Gaudiya Mat Ki Jai. Shri Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Kota Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Agina Timirandasya Gyananjala Shalakaya Chakshu Ummalitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Shrabitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dharati Swapadantikam Priya Swarupe Dayata Sarupe Prema Sarupe Sahaj Virupe Nijana Rupe Prabhueka Rupe Tatana Rupe Swabila Sarupe Anapita Chirim Chirat Karunavartinokalo Samarapaitam Unnata Ujvala Rasam Svabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundarata Tikatam Vasatipita Sadahridale Kandale Spadati Vasachinandanaha Yam Pravajantam Anapetyam Apeti Krityam Vaipayano Viraha Katara Ajuvava Putre Titam Mayatayo Taravoginayus Tam Sarvabhutam Pridim Munimanatoshmi Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Shiptascha Karmadi Tarangamadi Kripa Mahitvam Sharanam Prapana Prinde Namaste Charanarabindam Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram Smarami Radham Madhura Smitasya Vadami Radham Karuna Baradram Tatomanasti Katina Kapi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaivina Iti Vignaya Radhe Tvam Nayanam Charantikam. I'm first of all offering millions of Dandavat pranams unto the lotus feet of my beloved Gurudev Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Astau Tadasadashi Shimat Shila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I'm offering the same again millions of times unto the lotus feet of our Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Astau Tadasadashi Shimat Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shila Prabhupada. And I'm offering the same again to our dear most Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanandanamane Gaura Shakti Swarabhaya Rupanuga Varayate, and all our illustrious Rupanuga Guru Varga and all the Vaishnavi devotees of the Lord, my Dandavat pranams to all of you. Vanshakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvyacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavena Namaha. So coming to our Falshruti, second set of verses on page 830. Jadedvaita jnana hai chita upadaya Krishna bhakti chirahina upaya. Such knowledge, which is solely related to the duality of this dull material world, is fit to be rejected. It's nimitic. Whereas transcendental knowledge of the divine duality within the spiritual world, Chit Jagat, should be accepted forever within one's heart, both as the upaya, means of attainment, and the upayi, the goal worthy of attainment. Jiva kabu jalanai, hari kabu nai, hari sa jiva chintya veda veda maya. The jiva is not a product of dull matter, nor is he Kevala Advaita, absolutely one in all ways with Sri Hari. The jiva is inconceivably different and non-different from Hari. Deha kavu jivanai tara bhoganai dasya bhoga jiva Krishna prabhu vaktahaya. The material body should never be considered to be the jiva, and this earth is not for the jiva to exploit and enjoy. The jiva swarup is Krishna Das, and thus he is meant for Krishna's enjoyment, whereas Sri Krishna swarup is Prabhu Master and Bhakta enjoyer. Jaiva dharma nahi ache deha dharma kata nahi ache jiva gyan maya bhagat prata. This book, entitled Jaiva Dharma, neither discusses matters related to the dead material body, nor does it propound the Mayavad doctrine of the jiva's oneness with Brahma. Jiva nitya dharma bhakti tahe jadanai sura jiva prema seva palapayatai. The jiva's nitya dharma is bhakti, devoid of material motivation. The jiva, purified by seva, attains the fruit of that seva in the form of prema. So this understanding of what is pure devotion is the nitya realm of the nitya siddhas. So now we are discussing the nitya pastimes, the eternal astakaliya pastimes of Vrindavan between Radha and Krishna, the 8 yamas, the 8 pastime stages or pastime, what do you say, pastime, how would you say it, describe it? The pastime, 8 periods, the 8 periods of the day. The 8 periods. So yesterday we went through Nishanta Lila in the early morning pastimes, which is so ecstatic. And this Nishanta Lila, most or all sincere devotees are performing their sadhan bhajan at Nishanta Lila time. We rise early and we can meditate on these pastimes of the intensity of their sambhog, of their meeting, the highest meeting. This Samriddhiman Sambhog is actually flourishing, or Sampanna Sambhog, at that time, because it's after the Ratri Lila, after the dancing, the Krida Jal, the Madhu drinking, so many pastimes in Rasa Lila. And then comes the Nishanta Lila at the end, when Radha and Krishna are just in their most intimate pastimes within the kunja alone. And then they're going to be woken up, and then they're going to have to separate. So this meeting and separation is so much prominent in Nishanta Lila itself. So the devotees can really tune into that while they're chanting in the early morning hours, because there's only actually one Brahma Muhurta in the whole 24 hours of the day, and that takes place during the Nishanta Lila pastimes. Then after the Brahma Muhurta is going to be the mode of Rajagun is going to come in the globe, in the world. Then after Rajagun will come Tamagun in the afternoon, and then in the evening time when the sun goes down, the mode of passion will rise in the people's hearts, the conditioned souls. That's Rajagun. Then after Rajagun will come sleep time, and people will go into Tamagun. So these cycles are there in the material world, but there's only one place in all those cycles that actually has pure goodness available for it, so to speak, and that is the Brahma Muhurta hour, in the early morning hours of the day. And this is the time traditionally for all meditation, but at that time is Nishanta Lila. It's the same time. So this Brahma Muhurta hour is the same as Nishanta Lila. And then after that comes Prata Lila, when Krishna is dressed, when Krishna is woken up, when he goes to the Goshala, he milks the cows, and he's with his friends, and he's with his friends the cows also. They love him so much. Krishna loves the cows. Then he returns to the Bhojan Laya, the eating place, and then he's taking prasadam with all his sakas that Srimati Radhika has cooked. She's come on the order of Mother Yashoda, and Jatila has allowed her to come because she has the boon from Durvasa Rishi that everything she cooks will taste like nectar and will increase one's longevity. So this is what we heard yesterday. This is Prata Lila. And the Purvana Lila is the before noon pastimes. And this is when Krishna takes all the cows and all his sakas into the forest. And there's a great separation of all the Brijbasis when Krishna's going to the forest. They know he's going to go for a good part of the day. 6 or 7 hours he's going to be gone into the forest. So the Brijbasis are all eternal Nitya Siddha Parikas, and to have that period of separation from their divine sweet Lala, Krishna, is heartbreaking for all of them. They busy themselves with their different sevas, so to try and make the time go by quickly. But Mother Yashoda, for example, she's looking at the path where Krishna will come back so many hours ahead of the time. So there's so much in a mood of separation. But Krishna, he's with his sakhas then. So this is another mood for Krishna. And when Krishna's with the sakhas, we described yesterday how he hears the warbling of the swans and he thinks it's Radhika's ankle bells. He sees the beautiful lake and he thinks it's the face of Sri Radhika. His heart is with Radhika. Even though he's with his most beloved sakhas who love him more than their life's breath, who, like Sridham, will never let Krishna's hand go, even in his dreams. And Subal is praying to the moon at night to quickly finish your orbit so that I can be with Krishna again. So this high attachment for Krishna is there in the hearts of all the sakhas, and Krishna is reciprocating with all the sakhas in so many ways. In the 10th canto, there's many, many pastimes in his Balya Leela and his Pokanda Leela. But the eternal Leela is the Kishore Leela, where Krishna is a 15-and-a-half-year-old youth or 16-year-old youth, and Radhika is a 14-and-a-half or 15-year-old teenage girl. That's their Nitya Leela. So they are enjoying so much like that. And then Krishna, he leaves the sakhas and he goes to Radha Kund for a total of 5 hours. He's only with the sakhas for maybe 2 hours. But with the gopis, he's with for 5 hours. So this is what we're going to describe today. The Madhyana Leela. We've reached the Madhyana Leela. Vijay, this is on page 785. So Vijay, please describe the Madhyana Leela midday pastimes. Goswami. Sapi Krishne vanam yantam dristva svagraham agata suryadi puja vrajena kusum adyariti kachalat. After watching Sri Krishna leave for the forest, his most beloved consort, Srimati Radhika, returns to her home. Then, on the pretext of performing Surya Puja, or collecting flowers, Vanchayitva Guranyati Priya Sange Chayavanam Itam To Bahu Yatnena Militva Swaganaistata. She tricks her elders in order to have Sangha with her Priyatma, Sham, Priyatatma Sham. Accompanied by her Sakhis, she goes to the same forest to meet him. Thus, after much endeavor, Radha and Krishna meet again. Viharai vipitastatra vani vikriyito muda indolika samarudo sakya bistolito kvachit, and blissfully enact various sportive Paramananda Leela together in the forest. At times, Radha and Krishna sit on a swing and are swung by their Sakhis. Kvachit venum kara shastam priyaya parvitam hari anveshyan upalabdayo vipralabdo priyagunai. Sometimes, while feeling slightly drowsy, Sri Hari's Venu slips from his fingers and is stolen by his Priya, Sri Radha. Despite restlessly searching on all sides for it, he finally becomes disappointed and gives up hope. At that point, the beloved gopis offer the Venu to his lotus hand. So these are pastimes, eternal pastimes that are happening every single day. With different flavors, different moods are being manifested at the time, but the principal pastimes are going on daily. Hasito buddhatirtha bir hasitas tatratishtati vasanta rutuna justam vanam kandam kvachim muda. Laughing and making witty remarks. At that time, Krishna looks splendid as he delights the gopis by teasing them, joking, and countering their impudent remarks. Sometimes Srimati Radhika and Sri Krishna enter a particular section of the forest that is attended by the spring season personified. Ravishya Chandanam Ambodhi Kunkumadi Jalai Api Nischato Nisinchato Yantramuktas Tat Pankai Lampito Mitaha. There they use silver syringes filled with colored water mixed with fragrant substances such as kumkum and chandan to drench each other, and at other times they smear the paste of chandan, kumkum and so on over each other's bodies. Sakyopi evam visinchanti taschato sinchata puna vasanta vayojusteshu vankadeshu sarvataha. In the beauty and splendor of that forest, which is served on all sides by soothing spring breezes, the Sakis also join in their transcendental sports by assisting them to bathe one another with fragrant water. Tat tat kala chitai nana virai saganai vija shranto kvachit diksha mulam asadya muni sattama. O best of munis, Srimati Radha and Krishna and their confidential sakas and sakis perform various blissful sports appropriate for that time. So there's sakas, the Priyanam sakas, Subal, Madhumangal, etc. These Priyanam sakas are there, assisting in their pastimes, sometimes. Feeling fatigued from performing their pastimes in this lively way, they sit beneath a tree. Upavishyasane divye madhupanam racha krato tato mado madhumata madan moto mato nidraya milet kane no milayan tekshanano. On a divine throne, and enjoy drinking nectarian honey wine, madhu. Becoming intoxicated by that madhu, they close their eyes in sleep for some time. Mitha pani samalambya kama bana prasangato riram survastato kunje skahalat padam padab jako patai. Holding each other's hands, Radhe Sham become pierced by the arrows of Kamadev, and desiring to enjoy with one another, their lotus feet stumble from the path and they enter the kunj. Kridatascha tatastatra karini utapoyata sakyopi madhubhirbhata nidraya vidit ekshano. Thereafter, Srimati Radhika and Shyam Sundar freely consort with each other in the kunj, like the king of elephants and his mate. The Sakis, who are also intoxicated with madhu, proceed drowsily. Abhito manju kunjeshu sarva evapi shishyas girei pratad ekanava pusha cha krishnopi yugapat vibhu. To various charming kunjas nearby, by the influence of his inconceivable potency, Sri Krishna manifests himself in many forms and simultaneously meets individually with each Saki. He does this every day. He meets with the different Sakis on Radha's order. Radha orders him to meet with the Sakis. He expands, but it's not known to anybody that he's expanding. Therefore, it's still within Naralila. No one understands that he's actually expanding and going to see the different sakis. So it's still considered Naralila, because no one is considering that, oh, Krishna has expanded into many forms. Sarva sham sanidim gachet priyaya prerito muhur ramityatva chatta sarvaha karinir gajat rad iva. Just as an elephant infatuated by lust does not feel tired when he unites with a number of she-elephants, at the same time that he is giving further and further inspiration to Sri Radha. Sri Krishna consorts with many beloved Sakis. This is on Radha's order that he consorts. Priyaya chatatatavi kridyatam chasaro vrajet. After such amorous sports with Srimati Radhika and her confidential Sakis, yes, this is with the principal Priyanam Sakis that he's engaging with. They enter a lake for water sports. Vrinde Shri Nanda Putresyu Putrasya Madhurya Kridane Katam Aishvayasya Prakashobhut Iti Me Chindi Samshayam. Sri Narad said, O Vrinda, how is it possible for the Aishwarya feature to manifest in the Madhurya of Sri Nandanandan's pastimes? Please dispel this doubt. So I've just explained that. It's going to be explained by Vrinda Devi herself. Mune Madhuryam Apisat Asti Lila Shakti Harestusa Taya Pratakritam Gopa Gopikabi Smaram Hari. Sri Vrinda Devi said, O Muni, Sri Hari's Madhurya is actually his Leela Shakti. With this Leela Shakti, he performs his most attractive and sweet pastimes. It is only through this Madhurya Leela Shakti that he sports at the same time with each Gopa and Gopi. So this is the Leela Shakti that is manifesting the opportunity for Krishna to sport with many other gopis. But as I said, the other Sakis don't know that Krishna has expanded himself, so it's still considered Naralila. Radhaya sarupena nijena ramate swayam it madhurya lilaya iti madhurya lilaya shakti natva ishat isata hare. But in his own original form he sports with Sri Radha. This is Sri Krishna's Madhurya Shakti, not his Aishwarya Shakti. Aishwarya Shakti doesn't manifest in Braj at all. Jala seka mitas tatra krititva swaganastata vishasrak chandane vivyai bhusane api bhusito. After entering within the lake, Radha and Krishna and their Sakis begin to play by splashing water at each other and then bathing each other. After that, they are decorated with beautiful garments, fragrant garlands, chandan, and divine ornaments. Tatraiva sarastire divyamani maye grihe ashnato phala mulani kalpitani mayaiva hi. Then, within a divine bower of jewels, situated on the shore of that lake, I offer them a repast of fruits and herbal drinks that I have prepared myself. This is Vrinda Devi speaking. So Vrinda Devi prepares that. Haristu pratamam bhuktva kantaya harisevita dvitrabi sevito gachchech chayam pushpa vinirmitam. Srimati Radhika personally serves Sri Krishna as he honors the festive foods first. He then rests on a bed of flowers. At that time, 2 or 3 Sakis attend him.
Tambulae Vyajanastattra Hadasambahanadibi Sevyamano Hasamstabir Modate Prayasim Smaran.
By supplying him with betel nuts, tambul, fanning him, massaging his feet, and so on. As the Sakis serve Sri Krishna, he falls asleep smiling, absorbed in thoughts of his beloved Radhika.
Shri Radha Papi Prospute Sasaki Moditantara Kantadatam Pritamana Uchistam Bubuje Tata.
While Sri Krishna rests, Radhika and her Sakis, with great love and delight, relish the remnants of food and drink left by her lover.
Kimchideva tato bhuktva vrajet sevya niketanam dristum kanta mukam bojam chakoriva nishakaram.
After Sri Radhika has accepted a little of Krishna's remnants, she goes to the bedroom and gazes upon the lotus feet of her Pran Ballabh Sri Krishna, just like the chakora bird looks at the moon.
Tambula charvitam tasya tantraya biniveditam tambulyena pichasya nati vibhajanti priyalisu.
The Sakis, I think it should be then offer her the tambul chewed by Sri Shyam Sundar. She also chews the remnants after dividing it among her Sakis.
Krishna pitasham shushrushu swachananda pasantam mita prapto nidra igabati vinodropi patavritaha.
Sri Krishna is eager to hear the sweet, uninhibited talks between Sri Radhika and her Sakis, so he has covered his whole body with cloth and pretends to be deeply asleep, although he is fully awake.
Tascha keli shanam kritva mita kanta katashraya vraja nidram hare natva kutaschid anumanataha.
All these pastimes are described by the Goswamis. They're all opened out, especially Srila Krishna's Kaviraj and Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. Those 2 books I mentioned yesterday, the Krishna Bhavanamrita and Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, and the Govinda Lilamrita, are very powerful descriptions of all of these pastimes. The Sakis think that Krishna is asleep and freely make witty remarks, laughing and cutting jokes with each other. Soon afterwards, however, they guess that he was only pretending to be asleep and that he has cleverly heard everything they have said.
Vyadasya rasanam dadvi prashyanto yone magnam lina eva lachayasyu shannam uchurna kinchana.
Feeling ashamed, they press their tongues between their teeth, and immersed in shyness, they look at each other's faces in awe, unable to speak.
Shanar eva tato vastram durikritya tadangataha sadhu nidram gato stiti hasyayanti hasanti sata.
However, they very soon recover their natural state. Throwing the cloth from Krishna's body, they say, what a sound sleep you are having. This amuses Krishna, and they all laugh together.
Evam to vivado hasyae ramanano ganai saha anubaya shanam nidram sukhancha muni satama
O best of the Munis, in this way Radha and Krishna and the Sakis perform a variety of playful pastimes which are full of witty jokes and laughter, and then they enjoy blissful sleep for some time.
Upavishya sane divye sagano vistrite muda panikritya matoharam kumbhaslesha parichandan.
Thereafter, in great delight, they all sit on a divine, capacious, raised seat. Then wagering necklaces, garments, kisses or embraces.
Akshya kritito premna narmalapa purasaram prajito pi priyaya jitam ityavadam risha.
With barbs of prem, they jestingly gamble with dice. Even though Krishna is defeated, he falsely claims that he has won.
Haradi grahane tasya pravatas tadyate taya tataivyam tadito Krishna karotpala saroluhai.
Thus he approaches to take away Radhika's necklace, but she slaps him. Being thus slapped by her lotus hand,
Visana manaso bhutva gantam cha kurute matim jito pi chetvaya devi vriyatam matpani kritam.
Krishna becomes morose. Pretending that he is about to leave the place, he says, "O Devi, I have been defeated by you. Here, take my wager."
Kumbhanadi maya datam ityutva cha tata charet kotilyam tad prabhur drustam shrutam tad barsanam vacha.
These are the kisses and other things that I asked for before. So saying, Sri Krishna awards Sri Radhika her kisses and so on. Being eager to witness Sri Radhika's crooked eyebrows and hear her words of chastisement to Sri Shyam.
Tata shari sukhanam cha shrutva bhagaram haram mita nigatas tata stannad gantu kamo griham pati.
The Sukha and Sari birds come and begin a dispute about the respective virtues of Radha and Krishna. After hearing that dispute between the Shuk and Sari, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna depart their respective destinations.
Krishna kantam unajampya gavam abhimukham brajet satu surya graham gachet saki mandala sambrita.
Sri Krishna takes leave of his Pran Ballabh, Srimati Radhika, and goes to join the cows, while Srimati Radhika goes with her Sakis to Surya Mandir to perform Surya Puj.
Kiya duram tato gatva parvritya haripunaha viplavesham samastaya yati surya graham prati.
Meanwhile, after Sri Krishna has gone a short distance, he disguises himself as a Brahmin priest and also sets off for Surya Mandir.
Suryam cha pujayat tatra pratitas tat saki janai tataiva kalpita veda parihasa vasharadhai.
Sri Radhika's Sakis think that he is a pujari who will help them to conduct their worship, and they request him to perform Surya Puja on their behalf. Thereupon, Sri Krishna begins to perform Surya Puja with funny concocted mantras.
Tatastagaitam kantam paridhyaya vachanshana ananda sakare lina na vidusvyam na kaparam.
When the intelligent Sakis hear these made-up Vedic mantras, they immediately understand that this priest is none other than their lover, Sri Krishna himself, who is distressed in separation from Sri Radhika. Knowing this, drowning in an ocean of bliss of prema, they forget their own identity and that of others.
Viharai vivadai evam saradyam advayam mune nitva griham rajayusta sacha Krishna gavam rajet.
O Muni, when they have spent 2.5 praharas performing a variety of pastimes like this, Sri Radhika and her Sakis return to their respective homes, while Krishna proceeds to his cows. So that was all the Madhyana Lila. And all this Madhyana Lila is completely opened out by the Goswamis in their descriptions. This is, as we've said many times, simply a summary of the entire 80 yamas of the day. But we should become familiar with this chapter, chapter 38, remember, and can we read it, meditate on it, hear it many times. Vijay, what are the Aparana Lila, afternoon pastimes, in Goswami?
Sangam yasvasikan Krishno gitvaga samatata agachiti rajam karasnam tatra yam muraliravai.
Sri Vrindadevi continues, O Narad, Krishna rejoins his sakas and returns to Braj. By the sweet sound of his murli, he assembles all the cows from every direction and steals away the hearts of the Brijabasis.
Tato nandaya taya sarve shutva venu ravam hare goduli patalavyatam dristva kvapi navastalam krishnasya vimukham yanti tad-darshana sumutsuka.
When Nanda and the other Brijabasis hear the sweet sound of Sri Hari's Venu, they see the sky being covered with the dust raised by the cow's hooves, and they become very eager to see him and immediately proceed in that direction.
Radhikapi samagatya grihe snatva vibhutsita sampadya kantabogartam bhakshyani vivarani cha saki sanga yutayati kantam dristum sumutsuka.
After returning to her home and being bathed, dressed and ornamented by her Sakis, Srimati Radhika prepares various types of food for her pran bala Sri Krishna and anxiously leaves with her Sakis to take his darshan. Raja marge vrijadvari yatra sarva rajokasha Krishnopi tan samagmamkamya yatavad anupurvasaha purvashaha. When Krishna returns to the outskirts of Braj, on the way from Gocharan, all the Brijvasis gather on both sides of the royal path. Sri Krishna greets everyone and offers respect according to age, qualities, and so forth.
Darshane sparshanai vacha smita purva valokanai gopavridan namaskarai kayakai vachikai api.
Some he favors by looking on them, some by embracing, some by sweet words, and some by jubilant, sweet, smiling glances, overflowing with prema.
Sastanga pratipitaro rohinam apinarada netranta suchitenaiva vinyena priyam tata.
Hey Narad, Sri Krishna offers respectful namaskar, both by bodily gestures and by respectful words to all the elderly gopas. Falling down, he offers Sastang Dandavat at the feet of Maharaj Nanda, Yashoda Mai, and Rohini Mai, and gives special delight to his beloved gopis with his Kripakataksha, his merciful, sweet, sidelong glances.
Evam tasya tato yogam vrajokopi prapujitaha kavalayam tatagascha sampravishya samantaha.
In return, the various Brijabasis offer him blessings, exchange sweet words, worship him, and so on. He then carefully herds the cows into the Goshala.
Prityabam artato yati bratra saha nijalayam snatva bhuntva pachit atra pitra matra numoditaha kala vyalayam punayati dogdu karmo gavam paya.
Afterwards, at the request of their parents, Sri Krishna and Dauji go to their rooms and bathe and take a little prasad. Then, after requesting their parents' blessings, the two divine brothers again proceed eagerly towards the Goshala to milk the cows. So these are all the beautiful daily pastimes. I'm reading it just directly straight through because to comment on it would there's no need to comment on it. I think the purpose of Bhaktivinoda Thakur giving us this Astakali Leela is just to familiarize ourselves with the complete eightfold yamas of the day and to get a complete picture. And then gradually by, first of all, just learning those Nishanta, Prata, Purvana, Madhyana, Apurvana, Syayam, Pradosha, and Ratri, but by learning those and then equating those to the pastimes, gradually, our consciousnesses will be fully able to reflect and remember Krishna at every moment of the day. Vijay, what are the Shyayam Leela, pastimes during dusk and early evening? Goswami, Tascha Durgava Puna Krishna Dohayitva Chakaschana Pitras Saradam Priham Yati Payobara Satang Nuga. Then Sri Krishna milks some of the cows himself and engages others in milking the rest. When this is done, he returns to his house with his father, followed by hundreds of servants carrying pots of milk.
Tatrapi matra vrindascha tatputrascha balena cha sambhunte vividharani nani chaivya koshya dikani cha.
Arriving home, he sits beside Nanda Maharaj, his uncles, his cousins, Balaram, and the suckers, while Yashoda Rohini and the other elderly gopis serve them, and he relishes variety of food preparations that are chewed, sucked, licked, and drunk. Vijay, please tell me about the Pradosh Leela, the pastimes of the first part of the night. Goswami.
Tanmatu pratanut parapurvam radhayapi tadaivahi prashtyante saki vara prak bhakvanainai tadalayam.
In great excitement, Srimati Radhika cooks varieties of food preparations and sends them by her Sakis to Krishna in Nanda Bhavan, even before her mother-in-law orders her to do so.
Slagayam chaharistani bhuktva pratra vidisaha shabhagriham prachetascha justam bandhu janadibi prakvanani gripataha Shakyastatra samagataha bunyan eva punastani pradantani yashodaya.
Along with his father and the Sakas, Sri Krishna repeatedly relishes and praises the varieties of preparations sent by Sri Radha, as well as many others given by Yashodamayi. Then Krishna goes with his father, friends and relatives to the assembly hall, where singers, dancers entertain them with sweet songs and dances.
Sakya tatra taya tattam Krishna chistam tatadaha sarvam tavi samanaya radhikaya nivedyate.
Meanwhile, the Sakis take Krishna's remnants and offer them to Radhika in a secret place. Srimati Radhika distributes them among the Sakis in order of seniority, and deeply absorbed in thoughts of him, she honors them with great delight. Srimati Radhika eats nothing except Krishna's remnants, only. That's her only diet.
Sapi bhuktva saki varga yuta tad anupurvasaha saki bir mandita tishtet abhisartum samudyata.
After enjoying those remnants, her Sakis decorate her very charmingly, and she is then ready to go for Abhisara, meeting with her Priyatatma, Shyam. Vijay, Prabhu, I'm becoming very eager to hear about Ratri Lila, the night pastimes.
Prashyapatye maya gachchit ata eva tata saki tatha bistara bitas tischa yamunae samip pataha kalpa vrikshe nukunjesmin divya ratna mai grihe sita krishna nishayogya veshayitva sakiyuta.
Sri Vrindadevi said, I send a certain Saki from here to Srimati Radhika, who, accompanied by her Sakis, then comes to a divine bejeweled bower inside the Nikunj. It is situated on the banks of Jamuna, densely covered by kalpa vriksha trees. According to the messenger's Saki's indication, Srimati Radhika dresses in clothes that suit the brightness of the moon. During the dark fortnight, Krishna Paksha, she dresses in dark clothes, while in the bright fortnight, Sukla Paksha, she wears light or white clothes. All of this is so much opened out, especially in Ujjvala Nilamani.
Krishnopi vivatastatra dristva kotu halam tata katyayana muno jani gyani shrutvapi gitakni api.
Meanwhile, Krishna sits in his father's assembly hall, watching various types of wonderful shows and listening to Katyayani Sangeet songs that captivate the mind.
Dana danya vitastamscha prinyatitva vihanata janir aradito matra yatisya nikatenanam.
After that, he suitably rewards and satisfies the performance with wealth or grains, accepts worship from Nanda Maharaj's subjects, and proceeds with his mother towards his bedroom.
Matrai prashtyanyan tu bahir gatva tato grahat sanketam kantayatra samagachat alakshita.
After Yasodamayi has put Krishna to sleep, she leaves his room and goes to rest in her own room. Thereupon Krishna, who was only pretending to be asleep, silently leaves his room, taking care not to be noticed by anyone.
Militva tva ubhavatra atra Kridato Vanarajisu Viharai Vivarai Rasa Lasya Gita Purasar Sarhai. He goes to join his consort at the assigned meeting, Sanket place. There they perform various pastimes, headed by singing and ras dancing together in the forest with their sakis. Saradam yam dayam nitva ratra eva vidhanata vishveshu patu kunje praksibhistatva alaksat situ. After spending almost 2.5 praharas of the night and performing various other pastimes in the Ras Lila, such as bathing in Jamuna, the two moieties enter their kunj unnoticed by the sleeping birds. Ekante kusamai klalpite kelitalpe manohare sukta vatsatvatam tatra sevyamano nijalibi. In that solitary kunj, Radha and Krishna lie down on a sublime bed of flowers, just suitable for their mind-captivating amorous pastimes. Then they rest while their most confidential Sakhis render appropriate services. Vijay. This is the most celebrated of Krishna's Astakalya Lila, in which the ingredients of all types of rasa are present. The various types of rasas that I have discussed with you previously are all present in this Lila. You should keep rendering your service at your assigned place, at the appointed time, in your appointed group, with your specific relationship. When Vijay Kumar had heard all these descriptions from Sri Guru Goswami's lotus mouth, he became overwhelmed with bhav. Tears of prem rolled down his cheeks, and the hairs on his body stood on end. He spoke a few words in a faltering voice, and then fell unconscious at Sri Gopal Guru's lotus feet. Sometime later, when he regained consciousness, Sri Gopal Guru Goswami embraced him with great affection and stroked his head. Streams of tears also fell from Sri Guru Goswami's eyes. Eventually, realizing that it was very late at night, Vijay Kumar offered Dandavat pranams at Sri Guru Goswami's lotus feet, composed himself, and walked slowly to his place. Now Raskata began to appear in his heart day and night. So this is the result of hearing the Astakalya Lila regularly and meditating on it more and more. If some lobe, some real greed develops in the heart of the sadhak by the mercy of our Guru Varg, by their mercy only will this fruit of prem begin to manifest in the heart. We can't just expect by my own material energy, etc., that this can manifest. We have to pray for our Guru Varga to manifest this, ultimately from Rupa Goswami all the way through. And then we will have these pastimes constantly swirling in our consciousnesses. But we need to hear it many, many times. And we need to read all the different descriptions and how the Goswamis have opened up all of these. Every single verse that we spoke there's a pastime for it. Every single verse is a pastime. Every step that Krishna makes in Braj, there's a lila attached to it. So all of these pastimes, this is just in very sutra. This is the summary of the Astakalya Lila. So now we know what is the principal goal of our sadhan bhajan. Now we can be completely focused on our practicing hearing these immaculate pastimes. So, Astakalya Lila Ki Jai. And remember, that's in the 38th chapter for further reference. So tomorrow we'll start on chapter 39, entering into Lila. Shri Jaiva Dharma Ki Jai, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. Ananta Koda Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhuvedcha, Patitanam Pagnibhyo Vaishnave Namo. Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Bhakti Thakur Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande.